Season 2 of Squid Game ended a while ago, but there were some big and strange mistakes in it. In this video, I want to talk about 5 of the weirdest ones. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to K-Drama World. Number 1. Gi-hun and the frontman. If you remember from Season 1, Gi-hun never saw the frontman, not his face and not even his mask look. In Season 1, during the part where the frontman came to the game area, Gi-hun wasn't there. Also, if you pay attention, in Season 2, when Junho tells Gi-hun that the frontman is a man with a black mask, Gi-hun seems surprised. But here is the big mistake. Before the scene where Gi-hun talks to Junho, there is a nightmare sequence where Gi-hun clearly sees the frontman in his dream. That's a huge error. Gi-hun never saw the frontman face in Season 1, so he shouldn't have any idea what he looks like. It's a detail that the writers missed. Number 2. Design details. One of the big mistakes I noticed and wanted to talk about is related to CGI and VFX. If you remember these scenes from Season 1, right after the first game, they show us a map of the island where the games are happening from a top-down view. Take a good look at the details of the island. Now, of course, the games were actually filmed in a real location, which wasn't an island. It was a coastal area. In Season 2, after the first game, they show us a similar top-down view of the island again. And the size and layout of the game area in the second season don't match the one from the first season. To see this better, just look at the part of the island's coastline and compare it to the game areas. Number 3. The date mistake. Season 1 of Squid Game was released in 2021. But the writers forgot that the timeline in the series was set in 2020. You can spot this from a couple of details. First, the confidential files that Hwang Junho accessed during the games clearly mention the year 2020. Second, the player details reviewed in the 5th game also showed that the entry date was in 2020. After Gi-hun leaves the game in Season 1, the series shows that 1 year passes, and that is where the season ends. Season 2 picks up from there, and this time it shows that 2 years have passed. So, if we add up 3 years from 2020, the timeline in the series should be 2023. But here is the big mistake. In Gi-hun's room, the calendar clearly shows the year as 2024. This is a huge error. To fix this, all the writers needed to do was mention that 3 years had passed, making it align with the timeline and bringing it to 2024. Number 4. The cameraman. By now, you have probably seen this big mistake about the cameraman all over social media. But here, I want to say that the mistakes in Season 2 are much smaller compared to Season 1. If you remember from Season 1, the crew missed some obvious details, like the word top secret being spelled incorrectly, a player's age, being over 100 years old, or even mistakes with player numbers and their characters. But in Season 2, these kind of major mistakes didn't happen as much. Looking at it logically, the mistakes in Season 2 were more subtle and easier to overlook. Number 5. Script mistakes. When Gi-hun spends 2 years waiting for just one clue about any sign of the games, he finds out that Junho has detailed information about the VIPs and the people behind the games. But, surprisingly, Gi-hun doesn't ask any questions, even though just moments earlier he told Junho he wanted to track down Il-nam's clients. This was a major mistake in the scene. Another big issue relates to the rules from Season 1. According to those rules, if a soldier's face was revealed during the games, they would be killed. That's why the soldiers always wore masks, even in their work environment, except in their private rooms. But in Season 2, this rule gets completely ignored. For example, in one scene, we see soldiers walking past each other without masks and heading into the locker rooms. Or, in another scene, A soldier recognizes the frontman's unmasked face and is surprised by it. These were the biggest mistakes I noticed in a Squid Game. Here, at K-Drama Vault, I share my thoughts and idea with you. The person behind this idea is from a Persian YouTube channel called Talfand, and we thought it would be great to bring these ideas to a global audience. This channel is essentially a part of Talfand, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and like